Good evening, everyone. We're joined by United States team captain Zach Johnson here in the interview area at Marco Simone Golf and Country Club. Zach, we'll go straight to questions with Dave, please.
Yeah, Dave.
Yeah, Zach, on the positive side to start, maybe you could just talk a little bit about that first match, and then, of course, the play of Justin Thomas kind of grinding over those last holes, pretty much 2-on-1 in those last few holes.
Are you talking about the first match?
Of the afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, proud of those boys. I mean, the way they came out. Yeah, I mean, Jordan didn't have his best, obviously, but that's why we're in tandems, and Justin does what Justin does. You know, sometimes that's what it takes. You know, these guys, those two guys know what they're doing in this arena.
Was there a bit of relief just to see something on the board, even a half point?
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know about it. I mean, a relief. I would say encouragement for sure. Not surprised by any means, but not surprised on both ends. I mean, they're up against formidable opponents, and they're very competent players themselves.
Shane, please.
Zach, were the afternoon pairings scripted ahead of time, or were they something you adjusted after what you saw in the morning?
Well, we have contingencies and things of that nature based on a lot of things. You know, we're I would say that, you know, we love to have everything drawn out way ahead of time,
Yeah.
but there's certain things you cannot control, and we're trying to control the controllables in our team room. And I'll leave it at that.
So you don't want to answer the...
No, not particularly. I mean, the bottom line is there's been some unforeseen things that we've had to navigate around that's really unfortunate, I guess you'd say, in the sense of health. It's not an excuse because we have depth, but I'll just say I'm grateful we have a team doctor.
That's it. Anne, next, please.
Zach, can you talk about the mood of the team room at this point and how challenging it might be for you to come up with the right things to say?
Well, I mean, I've got guys I can lean on when it comes to what I articulate and what I, say. I think they have every right to be frustrated, number one. Number two, what I've seen so far, I mean, granted, I've been doing some other work, but I've seen some guys. And basically what we've come up with is once we leave here, it's done. And they're essentially leaving right now, so it's done. Today's done, and there's more opportunity out there. 28%-ish of the tournament is done, so we got 72% left. That is a lot of opportunity, which makes for, I would say, just an ability to go out and show off and show the true character of this team, which I've been very proud of, and since the very beginning.
Alex, please.
Oh, hey, bud.
Okay, so I'm sorry, the health thing. Can you delve into it a little deeper and give us a better understanding?
Well, we're just fighting things. I mean, internally, it's kind of been passed around a little bit. Caddies, players. I mean, it is what it is, but it's nothing more than that. Guys are fighting and playing regardless. I mean, it's not anything that's going to weight us down because of the depth we have and because of the many options we think we have.
You're quoted as saying that I'm extremely proud of what they've done. When we look at the scoreboard, it's 6.5, 1.5. We're trying to understand what part of that you're proud about.
Well, it's from my vantage point, it's extremely easy. I'm extremely proud of their fight and their character. I think when you have adversity, when you have challenge, you can kind of go one of two ways, and they decided to do it with class and character. And I think in time, that positive, I think it can breed momentum, and I think it's just a matter of time. Like, I believe in these guys. It's not like this is just the start. I mean, I am proud of the way they have gone about their business. I tip my cap to the European team for playing great golf. Our time's coming.
And when your team left here this evening, do you feel like they feel the same way you do right now?
Based on the rhetoric I've heard and the text messages I've received, yes, completely. I've got leaders on the team, obviously vice captains, but I've got leaders on this team that are stepping forward, and these guys are ready. They're leaving it here. They're frustrated, certainly, but they're leaving it all here.
And one last thing, who would you say the leaders are this week?
Those are the kind of things I'd like to keep within the team. Thanks.
In the middle, please, in the blue.
Zach, is Ricky Fowler sitting in the morning session because of illness?
I'm not going to get specific on individual guys. I don't think that's fair. I think it's irresponsible to say who's playing for what reason and who's not for what reason. So, I mean, I'm not to say that all, I'm not going to get into that.
What's your biggest regret from the first day?
What's my biggest regret?
Yeah.
I don't know if I have any regrets. I mean, that's sport. This is golf. I mean, this happens. I mean, it's these guys are athletes on both sides. Anybody can beat anybody at any given moment. So to say I have a regret, I mean, I've trusted in my process. I feel like it still works. It did not go in our favor today. Does not mean it can't tomorrow, and certainly on Sunday. So regrets. I mean, I'm of the mindset that there's still ample opportunity out there, and that's the way I look at it. I don't like delving into the negativity because there's still so much positivity around the team and their mentality, and certainly in mine.
John, please.
Okay, you obviously didn't see this coming, but are you able to say what exactly has happened or why it happened?
I think it's pretty simple. From my vantage, granted, I can't see every shot. No one can, right? But from my vantage, it looks like the European team executed golf shots a little bit better than we did today, and that's golf. So you tip the cap to Luke and his team.
Come in, please.
Zach, I imagine your guys are going to fight to the end. What gives you...
Sorry. Yes, sir. Sorry.
What gives you confidence, I would guess, that a comeback is possible?
Because of the 12 guys in my team room. Every one of them is feisty. Every one of them is hungry. Every one of them plays golf for the right reasons in the Ryder Cup.
Andy, please.
Hi, Zach.
Hello.
I just want to read a quote to you, if I may, from Brooks Koepka from earlier, referring to John Rahm and the second eagle putt that he pulled off today, when Koepka said, I mean, I want to hit a board and pout just like John Rahm did, but you know, it is what it is, act like a child, but we're adults, we move on. It sounds like Brooks is upset about something with that shot. I wonder if you could shed any light on that for us, please.
I don't know what that's referring to.
I think it's the way that...
John hit a wall?
I think, I've had it explained to me, I think it's the way the ball was struck so hard, it hit the back of the hole, came up in the air and went in. It was kind of like a lucky shot.
Oh.
But Brooks seems to have taken it very hard.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm sure Brooks is frustrated, like all 12 of us, 18 of us are frustrated with today and the result. The way I see it is John, were they one down going into that hole, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, then they tied them up.
And the only thing you probably can't do in that situation, because we had 2 birdie putts, was to leave it short. So he executed a shot, played the percentages properly, meaning he had to get it to the hole and the ball went in. Tip of the cap. Great putt.
And, sorry, may I just follow up? I know you've been talking about the health thing. I'm going to take a bit of a punt here, but is it kind of like a head cold thing? Because I've noticed quite a few of your players have been sniffling a lot in their press conferences this week.
Yes, we've got some congestion and some just signs of things that are unfortunate. I mean, you know, it's one of those where, you know, sometimes the energy is probably a little low, but the ability and the desire to go out and play is still there. So that's what we're weighing. Every one of them still wants to play every match, which is encouraging.
But it's spreading through your team.
It kind of has, yeah. I'm being honest. Yes, it has. It has spread through my team.
Brian, please, on the left.
Zach, just here. We all know about the mental and physical strains of playing in the Ryder Cup and being involved with it. A lot of your players, though, haven't competed for some time since it's the FedEx. Did you feel that had anything at all to do, possibly a little bit of rustiness this morning?
Well, yeah. I mean, we did look at some of that, those notions. It's one of those you can hash it out a number of different ways. We've seen success when you do play into big tournaments, whether it's a major or a Ryder Cup or whatever. We've seen success. Excuse me. We've also looked at it and found success with a lot of rest off. There's something to be said about rest and recovery and preparation too. So I don't know if it's fair to go one way or the other than that. That it's too subjective and too it's just impossible to really predict that.
None of the players had actually said they weren't feeling 100%. None of the players who went out said they weren't feeling 100%. No.
Physically?
Yeah. Or mentally even.
Oh no, they were. You mean before the week started?
Yeah.
No, they were they were all hungry and ready. Still are.
And we'll finish with Kevin at the back.
Zach, sorry, up here again.
Yeah.
Luke was in here earlier. He said, obviously, being having the home field advantage, one of the things you do is try to set up the course to your strengths. Curious of what you thought about this setup today, being the opposing team, or the away team.
Well, the setup is basically what we saw 2 and a half weeks ago. And when we left 2.5 weeks ago, our guys loved it. And when we got here this week, the setup was extremely similar. I mean, if the greens have fluctuated in speed, it's been by a minuscule amount. Either way, I don't know. I mean, you'd have to ask the greens crew. So I think what I'm saying is the consistency of what we saw 2 weeks ago and what we've seen this week has been tremendous. So again, hats off to the greenskeepers. I think they've done an amazing job. I think the course is beyond worthy of a championship of this magnitude. I think whatever Luke or his team or the greenskeepers did, I mean, we can all tell that there's a test of a good golf course is one that requires all shots to be fired and your whole arsenal to be on, and I think Marco Simone does that very, very well. And then you compound that with the fans who are absolutely tremendous. I mean, this place is spectacular right now.
Thank you, everyone. Zach, thank you for your time.
Pleasure. Thank you.